Hi, welcome to Blindowl Outdoors. We hope you enjoy our channel, and if possible, could you please join our Patreon page? We really need your help. It's been a long, hard road. Thank you. Hi, welcome to our channel. My name is Dan. I'm here in the Philippines on the Island of Bohol, up on the northern side of the island. Pretty nice place. I've had a couple requests. I had a couple requests from viewers. I think they're newer viewers. I'm not sure, but to make some videos about life here, what it's like, how do you do different things, why would you want to come here, things like that. What do you do when you get here? How do you get here? All that stuff. I had a whole bunch of videos like that on the other channel, on Blindowl Outdoors, but YouTube took all those, of course. But I have most of them saved. I could just reissue those, but I thought I'd try to make a couple here because a lot of things have changed since I've made those videos. I'm just going to make one right now, and then I'll make a list of different things so I can do the different subjects or whatever. All right, here's what I got. Let's start with coming to the Philippines to visit. How about that? Coming to the Philippines to visit. Why would you want to come to the Philippines? Well, 99% of the people come here to get hooked up with a Filipino woman because they're so fantastic. I'm sure a few people come here just to see this stuff. I bet very few. Some people come for the magnificent scuba diving and stuff like that, but not very many, especially not from America. We get a lot of tourists from Germany, Japan, Korea, China, and it's very close to all them. So why would you come? Again, most people are going to come here because they've already been on some internet page and have started a relationship with a girl or woman, whatever you want to call them, and they want to come here and meet them. And normally I'd say make sure that you talk to them for about a year if you can. And now it's nice. When I came here, there was no internet, and my wife and I, we were pen pals for 2 years. It takes a month for a letter to get here, a month for a letter to get back. I actually sent a box with one of those little miniature tape recorders in there, so we could send tapes back and forth, stuff like that. That helped a little bit, but there's no video or anything like that at all. Now, like I say, I have a friend in Minnesota, our friend John. We introduced him to a nice girl up the road, a friend of my wife's, Anna. And it took John 2 years to get here. He had problems getting vacations and stuff. He finally came here only on a week vacation. That's not long enough. You want to come here for at least a couple weeks, a month if you can. If you ask me, you're going to meet one girl or two girls or whatever you're going to do. I would suggest having 2 or 3 or 4 of them. Just be friends with them all and chatting, and come and meet all of them. And then after you meet them, then decide which one you feel like you want to have a relationship with, and then get rid of the other ones completely and stick to one. That'd be my opinion. Most of the girls here are Christians. Most of them are Catholics. We're born-again Christians here in our little area. And the nice thing about the born-again Christians is they don't drink, they don't smoke, they work hard, they're very honest, have very good family values, stuff like that. And almost all the women here want to find a foreigner husband if they can, because it changes the life of their entire family. When you marry a Filipino girl, you're marrying their family. You better get that in your head right away. when you come visit, you're going to have to buy a refrigerator for their parents or something, and do this and do that, and improve everybody's lifestyle a little bit. Someone's sick, you're going to have to help them out. But there's no way getting around that. Very, very hard to get around that. Getting here, obviously you're going to come on a plane. When I came, I had to go to a travel agency. Now everybody does it over the phone, so I don't know anything about that. But it sounds pretty simple. But look close at your layovers and stuff like that. I've had a couple of times where I went back home. I had my last trip going back home was 37 hours from Cebu to Iowa. That was one long thing. I had one 12-hour layover and a couple other pretty good layovers in different weird countries and stuff. But check your layovers close. Don't always go for the lowest price. Lowest price is great, but you figure you got lowest price, you're going to get some different layovers and things like that, which is fine. It's no big deal. You have your bag, and you have your laptop with you and your phone or whatever, and hang out. There's different classes of tickets you can buy too, that for just a little bit more you can get access to the lounges and stuff in the different airports now. You can get a shower and have a bed to lay down in. If you're going to be there for 10 or 12 hours, that's pretty nice. There's in most real airports, there's restaurants and bars, and like America for sure. I don't know what it's like all over the world. I'm not a drinker, so I don't really know. But I've always gone, if I have a 10 or 12 hour layover, I go to my gate where I'm supposed to go to, and I just sit there and take 2 or 3 chairs up and kick back and walk around every once in a while, and I find out where the bathrooms are at and where there's a plug so I can keep all my stuff charged up. But it's pretty simple now. Now I believe you still, even to this day, have to have some sort of a card on your phone or something like that I think it's for vaccinations or for COVID and stuff, testing and stuff like that. I think one of my friends told me he had to have that in his phone. Now you have your boarding passes and all that stuff. That all goes on your phone. So make sure your phone's charged up. I don't think they'll let you take a battery bank with you. I'm not sure. I always took them with me, but again, everything's different from 20 years ago. I think that someone told me they passed a new law that allows you to carry a pocket knife now on the planes. A 3.5 inch, anything under 3 inches or something like that, you're allowed to carry now. I don't know if that's true or not, but someone told me that. That's what it always used to be. Food. Myself, I always brought sandwiches with me and stuff, and some chips. Carry it in a little bag. Your carry-on stuff, so you have stuff to snack on. Some airplanes have meals, some don't anymore. I took a flight somewhere in the United States. I got a bag lunch, a sack lunch they gave me. It was just absolute crap. And a little bitty bag of potato chips. It was absolute crap. Someone else told me now you have to pay for peanuts and things like that were always free. And on the planes, it was always free soft drinks and free water. I don't know if that's free or not. Now you have to, and you had to pay, and you had to pay for earphones when I traveled, but I think now you have to pay for earphones, and maybe to use I guess there's a screen on every seat now. There's nothing like, it's all different from when I flew last time, so I can't tell you all the different stuff. But getting here is pretty easy. If you're going to come to like Bohol or Cebu, you can land in Bohol, you can land in Cebu, you can land in Manila. On any of the bigger islands you can land on, or go to Manila and then take a smaller plane to one of the other islands, something like that. Or you can travel on the ferry boats when you're here. But again, you're going to have someone that you're going to be meeting, have them meet you, of course, wherever you're going to go, and then get a hotel room set up, or depending on how old the girl you're going to come get. If you're going to get a girl that's in the family that's 20 years old to 30 years old, they're probably going to want a because she's going to be a virgin and no experience. They're going to probably want to chaperone with you everywhere you go. Which is, again, I had to do the same thing twice so far. And it's kind of a hassle because then you got an extra person to pay meals for. If you stay in a hotel, you got to get extra room. A lot of times they want you to stay in their house, which sometimes is fine. It depends. Get it lined up ahead of time and ask all those silly questions. Where am I going to stay? Where should I stay? To the girl or whatever. Do you have air conditioning? Do you have a fan? It's hot here, man. It's 85 degrees at night and humid. You get up in the hills, it's a little cooler, but not much. So you want to get all that stuff lined up and get an idea of what you're going to be eating. Maybe you can eat anything. I can't eat anything. So I have a very, very limited diet, and it's very hard to eat here for me. Every city has malls and fast food and pizza, McDonald's, all that kind of stuff. So you can eat at lots and lots of restaurants. A lot of stuff's eat off the streets and stuff. The vending is very, very low price. Restaurants are a little more expensive, stuff like that. But you just try to plan ahead. Make sure when you come, you bring some cash with you. I'd bring a couple $1,000s in $100 bills. I'd have them folded up somewhere. And then I'd make sure I had my credit card, my debit card with me, ready to go. And I'd tell my bank, make sure you tell your bank you're going to the Philippines. A lot of times you do your first ATM withdrawal, your card's locked up because you just withdraw from another country. They figure it's stolen. So make sure you notify them. And when you get here, you'll be traveling around. If you're in a city, you'll be traveling around in taxi cabs, probably. In the smaller places like we're at, you travel around in vans or the tricycles, stuff like that. To go from island to island, it's usually little ferries, things. But try to communicate with whoever you're going to come with and get that stuff all set up ahead of time so that you have very few surprises. And then stay and enjoy yourself. And if you're coming to meet a girl and she turned out to be nice, you'll never be happier in your life. The Philippine women are fantastic. They have family values. Again, I'd watch out for people in the cities and stuff because you never know where you're going to get in some sort of scam or something like that. But I like in the country. When I first came here, my 4 things that I wanted was I wanted a girl from the country. I wanted a girl that was religious. I wanted a girl that was poor. Is that 3 things? There might have been a 4th one. And the reason for that is I'm not a rich guy back in America. I was just a regular guy. I want someone that's poor, so what I give them and their family, it's going to mean a lot to them. I don't have a lot to give, but what I give, they'll appreciate. I want someone from the country because the country values are way better than the city values. And don't get me wrong, there's wonderful people in the city too. But a lot of them are, if you get a girl that's from a upper class family, man, it's going to be just like marrying someone from back home. You're going to be, playing the keep up with the Joneses game, and it's going to kill you. And then religious is real important. Most people here are Catholic, and the Catholics here are not religious at all, not even slightly. There's religious people, of course, but 99% of them are not. And I really like the born-again Christian people because their values are so different. But the Catholic people are fine too. If you find a nice girl from the country, that's the secret. But I gotta go. Hope that helps a little bit. I'll make some more videos for you about some different stuff. Thanks for watching. Take care.